I'm convinced YouTube and my productivity are not on good terms. जब मैं YouTube खोलती हूँ with full intention कि बस 5 मिनट एक यूजफुल वीडियो देखूंगी and somehow 2 hours later I know what a billionaire eats at 5 a.m. in the morning, कौन से सेलिब्रिटी का किसके साथ ब्रेकअप हुआ है and 10 signs you're secretly a genius which clearly I'm not. But the one thing I actually opened YouTube for, वो तो देखा ही नहीं है. एंड द वर्स्ट पार्ट इज यूट्यूब ने फोर्स नहीं किया है, आई चोज इट बाय माई सेल्फ. एंड आई रियलाइज्ड समथिंग, यूट्यूब कैन आइदर मेक यू स्मार्टर और जस्ट मेक यू बेटर एट वेस्टिंग टाइम. There is no in between, and most of us are just one autoplay away from wasting your entire evening. So I decided to change what I watch, and I will be sharing my top 4 YouTube channels that actually changed the game for me. Because sometimes improving your life doesn't start with big decisions, it starts with fixing your YouTube homepage. So the first channel is Raj Shamani, and I'm pretty sure most of you already know him, but if you don't, then you are missing out on one of the best podcast channels on Indian YouTube. He has around 15.2 million subscribers, which already says a lot about the value he provides. Raj Shamani is an entrepreneur, speaker, and a podcast host, and on his channel, he invites guests from completely different backgrounds like entrepreneurs, neurologists, psychologists, monks, creators, people who have actually experienced life, not just read about it. And what I personally like about his channel is that his podcasts don't feel like interviews. It feels like you're just sitting there listening to people having honest and genuine conversation, just real experiences. I have personally watched a lot of his podcast, but a few that I really loved were his podcast with Indu and Mitesh Khatri, who are law of attraction coaches. That episode really changed how I see mindset and how actually your thoughts affect your reality. Another one that I loved was his podcast with Ashish Chanchalani, mainly because Ashish is one of my favorite creators since years, and seeing his real and unfiltered journey, his mindset, his struggle made him feel more human and relatable. And his podcast with neurologist Dr. Shweta was also super interesting because she explained how our brain works, why we overthink, why we feel anxious, and understanding that honestly made me understand myself better. And that's the power of this channel. You don't just get information, you get perspectives. Sometimes after watching his podcast, you genuinely start thinking differently. You realize that success is not about luck or talent alone, it's more about consistency, mindset, and how you think during different situations. You can literally learn from people who are years ahead of you in life for free by just watching these conversations. So, if you enjoy podcast or you want to grow mentally or understand life, career, mindset better, this is definitely a channel I'd recommend you to start watching. The second channel is Abhi and Neo, and this is one of those channels that makes you feel smarter after watching their videos. They have around 6.69 million subscribers, and their content mainly focuses on explaining things happening in India and around the world, like politics, economy, social issues, and current events. Now, I know the word politics already sounds very boring and heavy, but trust me, the way they explain things is very neutral, simple, and easy to understand. They don't just explain what is happening, they also explain why it's happening and how it affects you. Because earlier, I used to feel very disconnected from all these things. Like news dekhte the, but it always felt negative, confusing, and biased. But their videos actually helped me understand the bigger picture. Some of my favorite videos from their channel are Gita Formula for 2026, one which connects ancient wisdom with modern life, and their video on addiction, which was honestly very practical and eye-opening. Their content makes you pause and think. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's calm, researched, and balanced. And I feel in today's time that kind of content is very rare. The third channel is Sattvic Yoga for physical and mental well-being. This channel has personally affected me a lot, especially last year when I was struggling with some health issues. I had completely stopped doing yoga, but with Sattvic Yoga, I slowly started practicing again. And honestly, it felt different this time, more mindful and healing rather than just any other routine. What I really love about this channel is that even if you have zero idea about yoga, they guide you in such a beautiful and calm way that it never feels intimidating. It feels like someone is genuinely holding your hand and walking you through it. I personally suggest their 7 chakra balancing playlist and 21-day yoga for beginner challenge. These playlists aren't just about doing physical postures every day, they really help you reconnect with your body, your mind, and your energy. I felt more grounded and balanced after practicing along with them. And one thing that makes this channel stand out is that it's not just about practicing physical postures every day. They also explain the philosophy behind each practice, the science behind it, and what is the importance of yoga. So while your body is moving, your mind is learning and your energy is aligning. Honestly, practicing along with Sattvic yoga doesn't feel like you're doing an exercise or physical workout. It feels like a self-care, a little daily pause for yourself. And the fact that I can watch it from home without any extensive equipment or complicated routines makes it even much better. If you have ever felt intimidated by yoga or didn't know where to start, this is the channel I'd recommend you to watch. It's that kind of content that really changes how you feel on the inside and the outside. The last channel is Ishan Sharma for skills, career and growth. This is one channel I watch whenever I want to feel more clear and serious about my future. Ishan Sharma creates content around upskilling, career growth, freelancing, business, content creation, and now especially AI. And what I really like is how practical and relevant his content is. He talks about things that actually matters in today's world. Not in a complicated way, but in a very simple and straightforward way, like which skills you should learn, how to use AI tools, how to build income online, and how to grow professionally. And honestly, watching his videos made me realize that how important it is to keep upgrading yourself, because the world is changing so fast and if you don't learn new skills, you can easily be left behind. I also like how honest and realistic he is. He doesn't sugarcoat things or give fake motivation. He just shares what's working, what's not, and what you can do to improve yourself. Whenever I watch his videos, it gives me a small push to focus on myself, learn new skills, and use my time more intentionally. It makes you think more about your future and how you can build something for yourself, instead of just consuming content all the time. So these were all the channels that I've been watching since last 2 to 3 years, and they have honestly helped me in a lot areas of my life. One thing I realized is that YouTube can either distract you or transform you. It depends on what you choose to watch. These channels didn't change my life overnight, but slowly they changed how I think, how I see the world, and how I see myself. And growth always starts with exposure. When you listen to better conversation, you start thinking better thoughts. So, if you're someone who wants to grow mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, start watching better content. You don't need to watch everything, just start with one channel, one video, and let it compound. Also, if you have any YouTube channels that helped you grow, comment below. I would love to explore that too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.